So I am currently sitting in my car because I came 2 hours to a wedding for one of my husband's friend, and we have been here literally like a total of 15 minutes. And the bride comes up to me and tells me that my outfit is inappropriate for her wedding, and that was a supposed dress code that I didn't know existed because I never got a wedding invitation mailed to my house. It was a text message that my husband received. But in 2025, is this what brides do to their guests now? You walk up to your guests and tell them that the outfit they're wearing is not appropriate for their wedding. I didn't know that was a thing. I mean, I've been married for 11 years, so this is what we do to our guests. I'm kind of disappointed, and I'm really ready to go home. Okay, so part two, because y'all got a lot of questions, and I was 5011 hot when I recorded that video, the first one. So I don't know if you could tell, but I was 5011 hot. But so part two. So let me give you guys some backstory about this. So first of all, I don't know the bride. I know the groom. The groom is friends of my husband's from 20 years. So he's been a friend of my husband's for 20 years. Can't get my words out. So I don't know the bride at all. And so prior to me, so they were standing in the middle of the room and my husband was with them. I was sitting in the back with my kids. And so I was like, oh, well, let me get up and go say hi to them. So I get up and to walk over, my husband had already been there. And without her even greeting me. There was no formal or proper, there wasn't a hi, hello, how are you? This is who I am. Because like I said, I don't know who the bride is at all. She never introduced herself. She never said, hi, who are you? What's your name? None of that. Literally, I walked over and she said, let me say something. Your outfit is inappropriate. It doesn't match the dress code. There was a dress code and I asked for people to wear these specific colors that she listed, nothing white. And, then finished with, typically, I would send people home, but since you came from far, then I'll let you stay. Let me stay. Okay. So, also, what I didn't know happened is prior to me walking up to where they were, she had already said something to my husband. He and I match. We coordinate whenever we go out. So he's in a pink shirt. He had on a pink tie. He's in a navy blue suit. So prior to me walking up, she said something to him about him in his pink shirt and his pink tie and asked him to take off his tie. So I didn't know this had even happened before, I walked up. And then she had the nerve to say this to me. So I'm not going to stay in situations like that. So I left. I walked out of the venue. Thankfully my kids were with somebody I could trust who was there at the wedding that I know. But I walked out because I was 5011 hot because that was rude. You didn't say anything. Like, it was just so rude to me that you didn't even formally or properly introduce yourself to me before making that statement. So anyway, so so we left. So yeah, no, we did not stay. My husband apparently was also out of dress code because, like I said, we coordinated our outfits, so we matched. And so he was out of dress code as well. And so we left, and we are we're at Buc-ee's, guys. There's a Buc-ee's that was about an hour away, so we're hanging out at Buc-ee's for the time being. So we just made out a trip out of it. But yeah, I guess there's a first for everything. I have never, ever in my life, ever been kicked out of an event for wearing something inappropriate. But I guess there's a first for everything. So there you go. There's a backstory that, yeah, I didn't know her at all. I know the groom. But, good luck. Because it was rude. So let me also say this, for somebody who's been studying Korean for a year, I'm just disappointed I didn't use it. I know half of the curse words. I'm just just disappointed I'm disappointed in a lot of stuff. I'm disappointed I didn't use it in that moment. Anyway, thanks for following this story. It's been a wild hour of events. So there you go. All right, so part 3. We're home from Buc-ee's. So look at my cute little Buc-ee shirt that I found. It says Buc-ee's vibes on it. Cute little Buc-ee shirt. Anyway, so part 3, because there's still some more questions. So the question about the gift. So no, we didn't take the gift back. It was just a $25 gift card, not a big deal. I had walked out of there so freaking quickly. Because after her comment about, like, typically, I send people home, I did make the statement of, like, okay, well, fine, I'll go. And so that's kind of like, I told my husband, and then I, like, walked out. So there's that. Then the question of, like, where was my husband the whole time when I was in the car recording? So he was inside diffusing the situation, and then on top of it, trying to gather our kids together, because my kids were playing with some toys that they had gotten from another friend. And so they were inside playing with some toys. So he went inside to get the kids together, diffuse the situation, and then we got in the car and left and went to Buc-ee's. So there's a quick update. But no, I didn't get the gift back, and yeah, he was there. He was diffusing the situation. So yeah, it is. It is. It's laughable now at this point. But at least to me. My husband is kind of hurt, but because it's been a long-term friend, and that happened, and it kind of sucks because he did want to hang out and see his friends, but it was just it was very passive aggressive, and I didn't appreciate that, especially from somebody who doesn't even know me, and I don't know her. But anyways, have a good night, y'all. Get ready for bed. All right. So also part B, let me also say that because this event was an event for my husband and his friend, then in our household, the way we kind of communicated is, he tells me about the event, and we have busy lifestyles. Like I said, we have 2 young kids. So my response is usually just like, make sure to put it on the calendar. We have a group calendar or family calendar or whatever. And so that's what happened. So he had told me about the event whenever he got the text message. And so I was like, just make sure you put it on the calendar so I know the date and the details and stuff. So that is what happened. Whenever he got that text message, like I said, I don't know when it actually came through. Whenever he got that from the groom, then he put it on the calendar. So I actually never really paid any mind to the planning or like preparing for this event. I just knew, like I said, the date, the time, the location, when to show up, basically. Second of all, because again, it's his friend, then he took responsibility of going to get the gift for that. It's not my friend. I'm not going to run around to stores or wherever looking for wedding gifts. That's just us. That's how we do things in our house. If it were my friend's wedding, I would have taken, priority or responsibility, and that would have been my task, but it was his friend. So that's his task. That's just how we do things in our house. So, but anyway. All right. Last video I'm going to make about this event that happened yesterday, but I want to start off saying happy wedding anniversary to us. It's been 11 years. So today is our wedding anniversary. Woo woo. All right, so there were a few more questions after my videos from yesterday. So a couple of things. So it wasn't really the wedding ceremony; it was the reception. So I'll give you that. But it was a 3 p.m. Friday afternoon reception. So to me, it read casual. So that's why I wore what I wore. It was 85-degree weather. So that's kind of why I wore what I wore. And no, I had not been informed of any dress code. My husband did get the invite via text message. I don't know when that text message actually came in. But that's what he got. I mean, it's his friend. Like I said, I was just going as the wife, really. I hadn't seen the groom personally in like 5, 6, 7-ish years. It's been a long time. Therefore, I had never met the bride. They were not dating the last time I saw the groom, so I've never met her. My husband he had met her because he was there. They had all gotten together the day of the engagement, so he was there for that. I was not. I was at home. I had, work or the kids or something, so I was at home. But, so yeah, the wedding invite did come via text message to my husband. Basically what had been communicated via text message was the date, the time, and the location. The information about the dress code was not in the text message. So, I mean, it's dudes, so, men are not very detail oriented, so, maybe that was, the fault of the groom for not communicating that. I don't know, but it was never communicated to me. But, and then as far as like the gift card, I mean, y'all give what you can and what you can afford. I mean, I don't know, for us, my budget is a little different. The economy has made things a little tight for us on our end. I do have 2 elementary aged school kids. And if you don't have kids in school, you don't realize how much goes into, the field trips and field day, and which I spent all day Friday doing, was being with my kids on field day before this event. And just all the other ins and outs of taking care of children. So my budget is a little different than your budget. You can give a $100, $200, $300 gift, and that's great. I couldn't necessarily do that right now. I allocate my budget a little differently, and what takes priority in my budget is doing things with my kids. So, and again, like I said earlier, today is our wedding anniversary. So I had money set aside so that we could go do something fun for our anniversary. And so what we ended up doing was going to Buc-ee's last night with that. But yeah, so, I mean, it is what it is. You guys might think it's tacky. I mean, to everybody's budget. I attended the wedding. I'm, it's my husband's friend. I'm just the wife. And, I didn't know dress codes were a thing. That is new to me. I haven't been to a wedding in maybe like 6 years. And at the time that I last went to a wedding, the theme was like child-free weddings. So that was the question I had asked. Are the kids allowed to go? Because if they weren't allowed to go, then we were either A, going to find a babysitter, or B, I was just going to stay home with the kids. But we were told that the kids were able to go. So that was the question I asked. I didn't ask about, a dress code or whatever. I just thought stuff like that would have been communicated to the guest. And yeah, so... But anyways, I am going to go get ready for my kids' soccer games because it's soccer weekend. Whoop, whoop. And I'm going to go, I don't know, find something fun to do. Probably go back to watching Keon's B&B. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. It's on Netflix. Highly recommend it. It's hilarious. So have a good one, y'all. Thanks for staying attuned to my story. It's been a crazy 24 hours. So, but I'm not going to let it ruin my anniversary weekend. So, deuces. All right. So, I know I wasn't going to come on here and say any more about this whole situation, but I wanted to. I have a few more things to say, but the first thing I want to say is I did not actually expect this video to go as viral as it did. I'm gonna be real. I just got on here to try to vent, because I was, as somebody has corrected me, it is 38 hot. But anyways, I was heated, and so I just got on here to vent, and my viewership has been low since I've been on TikTok. So, I did not think that this would go as big as it did, but I just want to say that the comments, for the most part, do pass the vibe check. So thanks, guys. Appreciate your support. So yeah. But yeah, so last thing, the groom did admit, that he did not send us the information via the text message. So we did not get the actual information about the dress code in text message. And he admitted to that. And the bride did reach out to me and will not take ownership for, what she said and her approach, and told me that basically I was out of pocket, and asked for me to respectfully cease fire on social media. But respect in my book goes two ways. So if you're not going to respect me, I'm not giving respect back. I was respectful in that I walked out of your event and did not cause, a ruckus. But from that point on, all respect is lost. So my videos are staying. I don't care. Anywho, but yeah, so thanks guys for your support. Yes, the invitations did go out via text message. Somebody posted it in the comments, and it looks like all invitations actually were going out via text or email. So yeah, I'm not lying about things. I have no reason to lie. This is my experience. It's my perspective. I have no reason to lie about what happened to me. So yeah, just want to come on here and say thanks guys for your support. I'm shocked at how big this video got considering all my previous content that I've posted. But yeah, you guys passed the vibe check. So thanks. I see some new army on here, and I see some new internet cousins. So thanks guys. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for being there. My husband 100% has my back and 100% supports me, and he did in that moment too. So don't think that he left me or any of that kind of stuff and stayed partying. He 100% was in there telling, the groom that his bride was out of pocket and that she was inappropriate for what she said to me. So, yeah, he 100% has had my back the whole time. But anyways, thanks guys. Appreciate it. See you later. Hi, good morning, everyone. I am getting ready to head to work, but, I just wanted to say, I was thinking about something. What makes this whole situation kind of funny is the fact that, I actually didn't want to go. I had taken the day off because it was our anniversary weekend, and I have a policy for myself that if it's a holiday for us or our family, birthdays, anniversaries, whatever, I don't work. So I took the day off. And then I was excited because it ended up working out that the kids had field day. And I was like, great, I have the day off. I can, for the first time, since COVID, parents are allowed to go participate in field day. So I was like, cool, this is going to be great. So I actually didn't even want to go to this event. It's not really how I wanted to spend my anniversary weekend. So the fact that this happened is just makes everything funnier. But we're a pair, and my husband wanted to go because, like I said, it's his friend. So he wanted to go, he wanted to support, and I'm a supportive wife. So I sucked it up and we went. And so it's just crazy that happened. But, yeah, the colors were navy, maroon, yellow, and gray. And, I was also thinking that maybe if I had seen the color palette beforehand, I would have happily obliged and whatever. But now that I've seen the invitation and see how there's so much capitalization in this invitation, why? Really, why? Why is every other word capitalized on this invitation? But just seeing now this invitation and seeing what it says, I actually probably would not have gone and really would have just sent my husband by himself. The invitation itself to me is kind of tacky. So I don't feel any guilt about that $25 gift card, y'all. Not in the least. I think it fit. Honestly, I think it fit. Some might think that wasn't enough or wasn't appropriate because we brought our kids who were invited. But yeah, it fit. It fit the event. And it's just funny to me that they're so mad when I never mentioned their names, never mentioned the place that this event happened at, this reception happened at. I never even mentioned the city that we were in. There's a Buc-ee's nearby. That was it. It was an hour away. Do you know how many Buc-ee's are an hour away from my house? There's two. Okay, at least. Okay, y'all. This whole thing is just funny to me. But anyway, have a good day, guys. Enjoy it. If you're headed to work, I hope you have a good day. Bye. All right, so since there is a little troll that is going around on my post, I decided let me address one of these. Before we do, though, I thought this shirt was a little appropriate for this. What it says, the only drama I want is Korean with English subtitles. So clearly this is not Korean with English subtitles, but whatever. We will proceed. So as you can see, this comment, first of all, let me just say, you should, if you're gonna try to like spit nonsense, maybe you should learn how to spell first, because lying is spelled wrong. So anyway, but I figured I should address this because let me give you guys an actual timeline of events. Because like I said in my last video, I have no reason to lie. This is my experience. So I really have no reason to lie about this. I'm telling my truth, okay? So let me give you an actual timeline of events that has come out now. So the first thing that happened prior to my husband walking up to the bride and groom and prior to me even walking up to the bride and groom was what we had found out. My husband found this out from that specific guest. Another guest, male guest, had also been told he was out of dress code and had also been asked to remove his tie. Then, after that happened, that was prior to us even getting there. Then, after that happens, my husband is then told the same thing. He is also told that he was out of dress code and was asked to remove his tie that was pink in color. He and the groom, after this happens, he and the groom, while the bride is standing there, make an agreement to squash everything, okay? They are talking about it. It's not a big deal. Let's just enjoy the day. Let's squash all of this. Then I walk up. I go up. I say hi. Then the bride proceeds, even though they had agreed to squash it while she was standing there, she still proceeds to address me and say her piece. And no, I'll admit, no, they didn't actually say, we want you to leave. But it was implied. I'm not an idiot, and I could read through the lines, and my husband's not an idiot, and he could read through the lines. If you tell someone that typically I would send people home, but since you came from far away, I'll let you stay, you have just made that person feel welcome, and anyone with any sense of self-respect, which I have, is not going to stay in a place where they do not feel welcome. And yes, I made the decision to leave. No, you need to leave did not physically come out of her mouth, but it was 100% implied with the words she said and her tone behind how she said it. So let me make that clear. Not only did this happen to me and it happened to my husband, there was also another guest that this happened to. And also the whole shots thing that somebody's spreading around. Because there's a claim that my husband was inside taking shots while I was outside in the car. 100% a lie. The shot happened when I walked up. Well, right before I walked up, they were doing the shot. So the shots even happened prior to her comment to me. I walked out immediately after she said what she said, okay? So the shots actually happened prior to this is what they were doing when I walked up, was the shots, okay? So let's not go around spreading lies from people. First of all, this person was not even a part of the conversation. I can tell you, it was the four of us standing there. There was one other person who I will not call out who was standing there, but it was the four of us standing there, one other male and nobody else, okay? That's who was standing there. When I was out in my car recording this video, my husband was inside telling people what happened, that we were leaving, that the bride was rude to me, and gathering our kids. He was not inside taking shots and partying and hanging out and all sorts of jazz that people are trying to spread. He was inside. He told one of the other party why we guessed why we were leaving, told the groom that his bride was rude to me and that we were leaving, and got our kids, and we were gone. So don't go around spreading misinformation when you weren't even a part of that conversation. You're hearing this second party from the bride when I am a first person perspective, okay? So first of all, learn how to spell lying. And second of all, know the truth before you go blasting misinformation. So there you go. Again, I have no reason to lie. I got on my TikTok just to vent. I did not expect for this video to go as viral as it has. That's not what I even really intended, quite honestly. Like I said, prior to that video, my viewership was like 1,000 and less, okay? I literally went on here just to vent. So somebody's also going around saying I'm on here for clout. Psh, whatever. I don't need clout. I'm on here because I wanted to tell my story, tell about an experience that happened to me, that a situation where I was completely offended. Okay, so whatever. This saga is just hilarious to me. But I'll be back for more. Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing okay. So this is the last I'm going to say about this whole reception saga. Since I started it, I do feel like it is necessary for me to finish it. The simple fact is I came on here to vent and share a story about something that I experienced just like everyone else on social media. I told the story from my truth with the information that I had at the time that this event happened. You can believe whatever you want to believe and make whatever assumptions you want about the story. Whatever happened, we all have our feelings, and that's okay. And while my feelings are valid, I did not come on here to throw a tantrum, slander anyone, or call anyone out of their name. I really tried to share my story respectfully, and I made sure to not disclose any personal information about them or the details of the event. So I am hearing that they are being harassed and threatened, and I want my followers to know that I 100% do not condone or accept this behavior from my followers, especially as a mom and an army. I'm very much so against bullying behavior, and so please be respectful. Do not go to their page and harass them and threaten them. So if you support me, leave them alone. With this, what's done is done, and I'm putting the story to bed and moving forward. Good day, everyone. Stay classy.